Hi, Alan here from rv'acrossamerica.net, and I'm still in one of the most beautiful places I've ever camped before, and I'm camping here again, and I'll be here probably for another couple of weeks. Where am I? I'm just outside of Pinedale, Wyoming, up in the mountains and right next to a lake. So, what you're about to see would have been a 10-minute video presentation from Dan Montano of Zhittya Genesis at the FreedomFest conference. I videoed it while I was sitting in the audience. Due to a technical malfunction, in other words, operator error, it's really a 7-minute and 50-second presentation from Dan. Fortunately, all you really missed was Dan introducing himself, and frankly, if you're seeing this right now and have not seen my interview with Dan, please go to rv'acrossamerica.net/regen, R-E-G-E-N. That's short for regenerative medicine. That's what this whole thing is about. And watch my interview with Dan first. That would be very helpful. There's also background information on the post, so rv'acrossamerica.net/regen, R-E-G-E-N, and then come here. And in this 7-minute and 50-second clip, it's going to start with the camera focused on a video that Dan was showing, which is actually an ABC News clip showing the angiogenesis of new blood vessels that occur with the molecule that Zhittya Genesis is developing. But then he gets into endothelial cell malfunction, which is something new, which is something I hadn't seen in 2019 when I first learned about Zhittya Genesis. And the endothelial cell malfunction, I think, is a very big deal. And I think what Dan has to say about multiple sclerosis and about the overall issue that we're facing as we age and what his company is working on that will address that issue, I think this is really landmark stuff. Anyway, enough of me. Let's get to the video. Take a look at that, and also make sure you get over to rv'acrossamerica.net/regen, R-E-G-E-N, to kind of fill in the blanks and get the rest of the story. Thank you very much, and here we go.
Patients are. We see a small, narrow main artery and not very many secondary and tertiary arteries. This is after the treatment. What we're now seeing is new blood vessels growing here off the end of this artery.
And the patients themselves,
you can see with your own eyes.
They're improved within a couple of weeks of the treatment.
Just ask Constance Donnelly.
Oh, I feel wonderful. I've never felt so good in the last 5 years.
It's when doctors already see potential in other cases where the blood supply needs a boost, such as strokes and diabetes.
That lady, Constance Donnelly, was given 1 year to live. That's why she volunteered for the clinical trials. She lived 15 years more. She's still alive. Now, cancer, second largest cause of death. 90% of cancers are tumor cancers. They're the most deadly ones. Here's an angiogram of a tumor. Notice the blood vessels. For a cancer tumor to grow, it has to create blood vessels. It creates these really corrupt, leaky, ugly blood vessels that have a very specific identification code. I believe that in 10 years, tumor cancers will be a thing of the past. Here you can see what is called an anti-cancer phage. It was developed by the National Cancer Institute and MD Anderson. And here, the phage is designed to, one, target the vascularization of the cancer tumor and inject a toxic payload, thereby destroying the circulation of a tumor. Does it work? Animal data. Here you can see a tumor. Okay, they took away the days. The 0 is the one up to the left, that's 28 centimeters. The one over the right is down to 18 centimeters, and down to day 56, you can see it's down to 1 centimeter. I believe if they dosed for another 30 days, it would have been eradicated. And that's not the best part of the news, that we can eradicate tumors. This is the best part. The phage particles attack all of the vascularization of tumors, whether you know about them or you don't know about them. When my father died at 53 of cancer, it had metastatic. That is it. When you hear somebody had it break out, you know it's over. This will pursue them wherever they are and cleanse them out of your body. And ladies and gentlemen, when I know it's safe, I'm going to take it just to be on the safe side if there's no adverse events, which there shouldn't. Okay, regenerative medicine, stroke. Here you can see where we gave animals a stroke. The left-hand side, the white is dead brain tissue. After 2 weeks, we dosed them. You can see the ones that we dosed, 90% of the brain has repopulated with neurons. Now, that's to recover from a stroke. Can't prevent it, but we can recover it. So we can take you, if you have a vegetable brain, we can grow you back and you can become a politician. Here's motor skills. You can see the normal mice are on this thing, the bar is rotating, normal mice can stay on it, they can hang on. The ones that were given a stroke and given FGF1 to regenerate their brain, they're on there, not doing perfect, but great. But you can see the ones that got the stroke and did not get the medicine have fallen off, like Democratic politicians. Number 4, respiratory disease. Every time you breathe, every time you get a cold, every time you smoke, every time you get emphysema, every time you breathe smoke, you do damage to your lung. Your lung tissue is fragile. And as you scar it, over time, it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, which is why it's the 4th largest killer in the world. People all talk about COVID-19, that's probably 1% of the problem. The rest of the problem are things like dust and smoke and just aging. Here is cancer, or animals given a chemotherapy to destroy lung tissue. Those that were given FGF1, you can see the red line across the top, their lung tissue regenerated. This molecule, FGF1, will regenerate your lung tissue. Here you can see on the left, the white is scar tissue. You can see the purple is normal lung tissue capable of transferring gases. You can see on the right, after FGF1, the difference. Now, reversing neurodegenerative diseases. Parkinson's, multiple sclerosis, Alzheimer's, ALS, I believe in 10 years will be no longer material diseases. Parkinson's disease. We gave this little monkey Parkinson's disease. I won't tell you why, it's embarrassing. But you can see the motor skills. 4 is normal, they decline. After 9 months, we gave half of them our molecule, FGF1. You can see they started to return to normal. I believe continued dosing, they would have become normal. The other ones declined into a very miserable condition. When we opened up their brains and looked inside, you can see we had new dopamine-producing neurons that FGF1 had treated. And effectively, we reversed Parkinson's disease in monkeys. We'll be starting human trials in 2 months. Multiple sclerosis, and I believe this will be the primary cause, fundamental cause of the death of most of you, is endothelial cell dysfunction. Multiple sclerosis, we don't believe is an autoimmune disease, we believe it's a vascular disease. Here on the left, you can see a normal blood cell. See how it's tight, it's holding together. On the right, you can see what happens when it starts to leak, endothelial cell dysfunction. If you've ever had a car in your life, whether it's your radiator leak, gasoline leak, or brake leak, it's bad for the car. When that is happening inside your body, and it is happening inside your body, things get out of your blood system that should not. This is the cause of rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, etc., etc. Here you can see normal endothelial cells on the left. Here you can see dysfunctional ones on the right. Here you can see on the right, or the left, excuse me, this is inverted. Okay, the one on the way over is the one with holes in it. And as you can see going down, the healthy is the other way around. So there's the one with the holes on the right, and as you see every day of dosing, it actually gets the other side. This is my partner's error. I never make a mistake. Medical breakthroughs are happening now. These are all in either human clinical trials or an animal trial where the evidence is overwhelming. I believe within the next 10 years, you will not die from those 5 causes. Now, there will be people that still die from it, but people that have the treatments available to them will not see death at 90 years old. Now, I had somebody in the back who was kind enough to say, wow, who wants to live to be old? And I said, somebody who's old. Who wants to live to be 100? Somebody who's 99. Pay attention here. Now, I say this to you for one reason. In 1918, when life expectancy was 38 years old, people thought if you lived to be 60, you were ancient. Whistler's mother was 55 in that painting. They thought if somebody lived to be 70, it was the end of the world. The fact that we have 80-year-olds playing tennis today is not considered abnormal, and it won't be in 100 years. I'm saying, when you're 130. If you want more information, you go to YouTube. We have a channel there. We have there 12 presentations on each one, or you can email me. We have a booth here. Love you. And by the way, 50 years from now, I'm going to be the keynote speaker, so show up. Thank you.